When I think of Rich Fitzgerald, I smile. There's just something about his personality that makes you smile. It doesn't seem like he ever is down.
Rich Fitzgerald is a smart man.
He doesn't sit in a chair and direct. He actually leads by example.
Rich is like the James Brown of politics. He's everywhere.
Whatever march it is, whatever event it is, he's there.
He comes to our open house every year.
I can't tell you how many times I've been at a meeting, looked over my shoulder and go, oh, there's the chief executive riding his bicycle somewhere.
He's always in Harrisburg. Actually, Rich is always everywhere. Sometimes I wonder if he has a body double.
No one works harder than Rich. The Beatles have a song 8 days a week. That's Rich Fitzgerald.
Always available. You can text him, call him.
He listens to your opinion. He asks you what you think.
You have that feeling that he's hearing you and then he's listening and he wants to know more. It's not fake.
It's not just symbolic, it's rich.
What you see is Rich, like all the time.
This county executive came into office like Sherman burning through Atlanta. Port Authority, executive director, gone. Health department, airport authority, gone.
My God, that was a mess. All of it.
You know, when Rich Fitzgerald became the county executive, he inherited a system of once beautiful parks, but in bad shape. The parks needed some love.
When Rich came on, the parks really blasted off.
When he came into office, he immediately took our parks right out of Public Works and built a full-on Parks Department.
And quite frankly, the culture changed within several months. The complaints went down by probably 70% within 3 or 4 months. Rich loves these parks and uses them personally. So I think that's part of the reason why he likes them, but he also understands how important they are for the community.
During the pandemic, many municipalities shut down their parks. At Rich's direction, we kept our county parks open.
I mean, good parks is good economic development. We want these parks to be one of the amenities that attract and retain people. If you're born here, we'd like you to stay here. And if you come here for school, we'd like you to stay here and raise your family here.
And this is what people want. They want their children to grow up in a place where those values are so important. Air quality, green space, open space. They value that. This area, if you would just see pictures from 4 years ago, was nothing but a wasteland. In a tiny community with our tax base, to try to imagine anything else here was just impossible. And along comes Allegheny County saying, hey, we want to do a corridor study of riverfront trail and access. All the communities were like, what? How?
He actually presented the feasibility study that we had been working on for a couple of years to a group of elected officials who completely bought onto it.
We were so excited because for the first time we saw something else. Here was Rich and the county saying there's a bigger picture. And I can tell you, when we started on this, it attracted people to our community. When I first took this job, the word river town was a very derogatory. You know, you're from a river town. And now it's the coolest thing in the world because somebody had the vision and the foresight and the guts to say, we're going to tackle this.
People always say the missing ingredient's money, but honestly, the missing ingredient is sometimes vision. And Rich had the vision, and it's expressed in how he talks about parks and the outdoors, how he relates it to his personal life, his family, how he decides to take a lot of people on the Great Allegheny Passage on a bike ride.
He was there at the ribbon cutting of the Great Allegheny Passage in 2013 at Sandcastle. And from that moment on, he understood the value of a long-distance trail system.
He has done a lot to connect the Great Allegheny Passage right into Allegheny County and Pittsburgh, and look at all of Western Pennsylvania as a place where people go to recreate.
He is a regional voice for trail development. When they laid the medallion down for the Erie to Pittsburgh Trail, there were commissioners from every county, from Allegheny up to Erie County, and they were all there because they understood that message. When Rich took office, he was faced with a clean water plan with Alcoasand.
It's a huge undertaking having an engineer come into leadership. I don't have to hold his hand to explain all of this. He gets it.
Infrastructure is very important to Rich. We do have a line item every year that we've increased for stormwater, and we've done that throughout all the infrastructure that we're responsible for, and certainly within our parks.
We have green parking lots going in wherever we can. We're building meadows. We're mowing less grass.
Last year, Rich introduced legislation to create a sustainability department. But our policies and the work we're doing have been following sustainable government operations since he's been in office.
They were a leader in sustainability from day one.
We started out typical things, LED lighting, reduction of utilities, and it continued to evolve.
Water use, clean construction ordinances, converting our fleet to electric, installing electric chargers,
Solar panels, solar powered shelters. We have the net zero parks going in at White Oak and Deer Lakes.
We planted more trees, we enhanced our recycling. He has reduced the carbon footprint, not just operationally, but behind us where we're going to be building the hydro plant with our raw materials, our 3 rivers.
When this project's done, it'll be a model that we can replicate other places in Pennsylvania. And Allegheny County and Rich Fitzgerald has led the way.
His vision was to use that raw material that Pittsburgh is so well known for, water, the power, 90% of our energy for county operations. If you think about that, that is something so symbolic.
When you recognize the way that our economy has changed, how we've been able to reuse these systems is just phenomenal. The alignment that we're looking at right now, which is the Brilliant Bridge, it was one of the projects funded through the Trail Development Fund. When this bridge is done and you stand here, you'll see the lock and dam, and you'll be able to watch a boat lock through and understand that our rivers are the corridors, our bridges are the corridors, our trails are the corridors. It's interesting to think about legacy because many of the projects he's invested in will be built. In 10 years, we are going to start to see systems that we didn't think were possible.
He has facilitated change. Our path is different now.
Rich, just let me offer to you my personal congratulations for your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you for giving so much to our county and to so many.
Etna loves you, Rich. I love you. And I'm grateful.
You've been good for the county. You've been good for the parks. I thank you for your leadership.
It's been an honor to be able to work for and with you and to leave it better than we found it.
Congratulations on the award. Congratulations on being the leader that this region has needed.